said I look a bit like Steve McQueen, and this, Bullitt Mustang, I probably look the part, don't you think?
More like Steve Coogan. Right, let's move on very swiftly. Tiff, we're in a Bullitt Mustang, as you quite rightly said. Rather nice, isn't it?
Yeah.
Sounds good.
Nice gear change, manual
gearbox. But the exciting news is we're going on Patreon. You've been harking on to me for a long time, and I'm delighted to be on there.
There are good patrons on Patreon. A lot of car films have been supported by people who understand that it costs us a lot of, well, it costs him a lot of money to produce these films, and hopefully we'll produce a lot more.
There's going to be a lot of different options on there for people, so if you're good enough to support us on Patreon, then we'll return the favour by giving you some goodies.
And autobiographies from famous racing drivers, perhaps.
I'm sure we can do that, signed ones as well. So check out Patreon, and the link will be down below. And we're going to talk this Tiff Talks now. We're going to talk about Geneva, because I was at Geneva Motor Show.
You went again and didn't take me again.
You don't like motor shows. Stop pretending. The only motor show you like is which one?
The London Motor Show. Well, I'm the president of the London Motor Shows. We're in London in May. That's the place to be. The London Motor and Tech Show this year.
Do we get any money for the plug?
No.
Oh, okay. No. Okay, so the Geneva Motor Show, I'm going to start off with, I've got a lot of files here because I get told off for throwing paper in the back. So
I saw the news, a lot of news. It was all Aston Martin, wasn't it?
Well, not necessarily. I'm not going to start with Aston Martin. I'm going to start off with the Bugatti, La Voiture Noire.
No.
Look at that. What do you mean?
I
No.
Because only one person can own it, and that one person is so rich, I don't want to know about it.
Well, I want to know about them. Hopefully they'll join up to Patreon and give us lots of money.
It's obscene.
So reportedly to be about 12 million sterling and about 19 million US dollars. So that's just a crazy amount of money, I have to say. On the stand as well, there was the Devo, the Bugatti Devo.
Did you get on the stand of Bugatti and touch it? Could you put your little fingerprints on it?
I did. They very kindly let me on the stand, which is more like I say for a couple of them, because I was without my very good friend, the Prince of Johor this year.
So of course, last year, that's where you dumped me. You had royalty taking you around, getting on all the best stands.
I had to blag it and get on the stands this year. Also, talking about supercars, luxury cars, Pagani, 20 years of the Zonda.
No, is it?
20 years. And they had on their stand, they had this Zonda, which was the first ever Zonda to be shown at Geneva Motor Show, the original 7-litre Zonda S.
Horatio Pagani, Horatio's one of the nicest men in the world of car construction. He loves cars, he's a real enthusiast, and that was a great story, Pagani.
It certainly was, and actually that's one stand I never struggled to get on, which I'm delighted to say that I can always blag my way on the Pagani stand, no problem at all.
Champagne there, do you? Champagne?
A little bit of champagne. I did have a glass of champagne actually. Pininfarina, what a great name, but this is the first time
What's that though?
This is the Pininfarina, their road car. They've actually built a car themselves, as opposed to designing it for everybody else.
It's got an engine in it.
Yeah, it's got an electric engine. It's going to be fast. It's going to be one of these new electric fan.
I'm not anti-electric, but as at the moment they're not quite the full thing, are they?
Is it a good time to talk about electric cars? Or
Why not? No, I'm not anti-electric. When they work and they're the same price, it's no good buying a Nissan Leaf that's £6,000 more expensive than a Ford Focus of the same size, which you can drive for 60,000 miles or petrol before. The electric people say it doesn't cost me anything.
Can I move on?
All right.
Thanks. This one is definitely not electric, but it is a Bentley with a big engine. It's the Bentley 9. It played homage to the original Bentley.
Nice colour that too.
Beautiful colour. It's very similar to this colour that we got in the
Stang.
on the Stang.
Yeah.
But is it a Stang or is it a Bullitt? I think it's a Bullitt, not a Stang.
That's a Stang. It's a Bullitt Stang.
So why hasn't it got the badge on the front, on the bonnet?
I didn't know it didn't.
On the grille, it hasn't got the badge. So there you go.
Look at the front. I'm just driving it.
Okay, Tiff, I got some weird and wonderful things on here. Ferrari F8 Tributo. You love Ferrari so much, don't you?
What's an F8 Tributo?
Taking over from the 488. Yeah, here, let me find it here on my phone. I prefer notes. I prefer bits of paper. It's a little bit harder. So it looks like 488 a little bit. It looks like
what's
a Pista.
The difference then?
A little bit different back, different front. It's effectively a facelift because I can tell you.
And another £50,000 in the price tag.
No, the price tag won't change that much, but it is the new 488. They haven't changed the platform, the chassis of the Ferrari since the 458. So this is essentially just a.
I still prefer the 458, the last normally aspirated mid-engine Ferrari.
I got to say, Tiff, I'm not going to disagree with you. 458 Speciale, what a wonderful, wonderful special car that is. So from Ferrari, we go to Lamborghini, the Huracan Evo. I've got to show you a picture of this because it's not a Lamborghini, but it's a
It's
nice
a Hurricane, it's a Huracan.
Huracan Evo Spider.
What a great colour. That's
That's beautiful, isn't it? I thought you were going to
say
say you don't like it. It looks amazing. It's like a mantis green type colour.
Yeah. But isn't there already a Spider Huracan or not?
There's a Huracan Spider, but this is the Huracan Evo Spider, and there's Huracan Performante.
So these
Spider
Ferrari
as
and
well.
Lamborghinis keep on changing it a little bit, don't they? Just to add another 50 grand onto the price.
No, they're not necessarily putting the price up. They're just introducing new stuff. What is this, Tiff? Do you like the look of this? This, I think, is the quirkiest, funniest looking, but the coolest car in the whole of Geneva. The Honda.
Oh yes, I read about that.
It's some electric concept thing. I really do hope they make it. Look at those front lights. They look amazing.
I tell you, once Honda start producing electric cars, I reckon they'll get the price down and the volumes up, and it'll happen one day. But then again, that'll only be a little commuter car. It'll be fine for that.
So I take that back. Honda building the quirkiest car there. I take that back because Citroen have definitely won that prize. What do you think of that? Citroen. Tell me some French. Tell me I need some French.
Merveilleuse. I love them.
Je ne sais quoi.
I think it's brilliant. Citroen have always been quirky, and that is just.
I can't stop looking at it. That is just absolutely magnificent.
So it's successful.
It is successful.
Won't ever go anywhere.
Oh, please! I hope they do make it. I hope we can get him one. Mercedes GLC. So that's effectively just another Mercedes GLC. It's a new version.
I get lost with Mercedes letters and things. I get big GLCs and GLAs and GLs. That looks alright.
So many now.
Fetch their new SUV then.
We're going to drive one soon. The GLC 63 MG. So looking forward to that. What about this? What about this? Another mega car, hypercar, the McLaren Speedtail.
You see, funnily, everyone raves about that design-wise, and they criticise the Senna. I much prefer the Senna. To me, it's more beautiful in my aggressive motorsport world. That's just a sort of no. I'm sorry.
Yeah, but you love racing cars, and
do you like that then?
I'm not going to say I do actually. It was on the stand the first day. I was going to get a closer look at it, but actually on the second day of Geneva, of the motor show, it disappeared and it went to one of the very lovely 5-star hotels in Geneva.
How many are they building of those?
Where people can go and inspect the car. How many McLaren F1s did they build, Tiff Needell? You should know this.
Well, about 120, but only about 60 of the original road-going cars.
Okay, they're building exactly the same number of Speedtails as they are McLaren F1s, which is answers below.
I don't know.
Who knows that? Who knows that without looking at Google? Do you?
No.
Okay. Toyota Supra. Now this has been in the wash for quite some time. It's just come out now.
Good name. I always thought it was a good car. Raced one in Japan.
Yeah, did you?
Yeah. Super Group A. It's so hot. I was at a little tiny scuba racetrack and the floor melted under my feet. The paint was so hot. My feet were getting stuck to the melting paint.
One very interesting thing about this Supra was, you know, on the car you have air ducts, you had inflows, you have all these different things on the car. On the Supra, every single one was fake. Close your ears now if you're Toyota, but every single one was fake. They went to nowhere, so that every single one is for aesthetics. I don't mind either. I'm just telling you, as a reporter, I'm just telling you. Oh, now, Koenigsegg Jesko. You know
another madman.
Christian Koenigsegg, what a top bloke.
What an engineer! His engine in development. It's just a brilliant man.
A beautiful looking car, I have to say, but the car is nothing comparatively to how they got the name and what they did.
What's that one all about?
So Jesko is Christian von Koenigsegg's father's name, Jesko, and nobody, including the father, knew that on the day of release of the car, Geneva, the motor show, they were going to call it Jesko. It's going to be called Rag and Rock or something like that. That's what they told the press. So on the reveal, they had his father there, and they pulled off the sheets, and of course the name was Jesko, and it was very emotional. And actually, Tiff, I'm welling up a little bit because I can really relate to that. I think that's such a beautiful thing to do, a really nice touch to do for your father. So big respect to the guys at Koenigsegg for that. Now, I've made some notes because I have no idea what's coming next. And it's a Skoda! It's a Skoda!
You're drinking too much in Geneva. You can't even remember half the stuff you've been. Oh, that looks right. What's that?
It's a Skoda Vision 4 Concept. It looks like a Urus.
What's the point of it? Yes, I agree. The front of that car very
doesn't it? It looks like a Lamborghini Urus.
What's the point of it then? It was just a concept.
How do I know what that point is?
Well, you were there. You're supposed to ask the questions.
How can you go and ask the questions on all these sort of things?
You're taking me to Geneva next year, or we're not doing these tips.
I'm telling you now, you won't come. I'll invite you and you won't come. How about this for a concept? Concept. The Mitsubishi, I don't know what it is. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I don't
square.
know.
Move on.
You want to move on from that? I thought that was quite cool. Okay, we're moving on to something which is
concepts. I'm not a concept fan. I want to see things that are actually going to happen.
Why? Why does it have to?
I don't know. 'Cause I'm disappointed if I see a concept and I get excited about it and then it doesn't happen. Then that's
Yeah, but from concepts, you know that over the years, so many wonderful cars.
Oh, I just got to use my V8 for a minute.
It does sound good, doesn't it?
Next question.
So, you mentioned Aston Martin, and sure enough, Aston Martin were there in force, and the leading force was the Aston Martin
Didn't have
Valkyrie.
3 mid-engine cars or something on the stand.
Well, again, we'll come on to this concept thing in a moment, but the Aston Martin Valkyrie, so this is the first time ever there's been a full working model on display, so, and I gotta say it looked amazing, but what probably tipped it for me was the RB003, which was the little baby Valkyrie, so they're making that. This has been engines.
I always like smaller cars, so
Oh,
that
it
could
looked
be right for me.
absolutely amazing. Bit of a showstopper actually for me, but for a lot of people, the Vision Vanquish concept was the showstopper, and I haven't got that in my pictures. I'm sorry, Tiff. I'm so sorry. I've let you down with the Aston Martin.
I don't know if
pictures.
your picture. You sure you're actually there? You're just using press pack photos, aren't you?
Well, it's easier this
Where's
way.
all the photos of you on the stand?
I was trying to be organised again on my phone. Next Tiff Talks, we're going back to paper. Hopefully people be kind to us because we're not damaging the environment that much. What have we got here? Peugeot 208. Peugeot released the new 208. I think that looks absolutely fantastic.
Was that a
proper
new
little high top.
208 then? What's the one they got at the moment?
Brand spanking new 208. So the GTI will follow when? In about another year or so, I guess. This is a car that you've probably done some miles in. Well, not this actual car, the new Ginetta Road Car. But I guess you've done a bit of miles in Ginetta race
interesting.
cars.
Can Ginetta really move up from being a sort of a plastic, almost kit car thing to being a production quality machine? Is that? Did you look at that car on the stand? It looks solid and.
I did. It did look solid. It wasn't to my cup of tea personally, and it was a very expensive price tag, about £350,000. Yeah, apparently. So.
Wow. Oh, I see. Oh no, I didn't realise that.
So it's, it's. I don't know. It's a. I'd like to.
But it looks exactly like little Ginetta Junior racing cars with their flappy plastic bonnets all flying off.
Which I guess is what they want to achieve, that same sort of race car-y look. Polestar have introduced an all-electric car.
Yeah.
So Polestar come off from...
Polestar are good, aren't they? Sort of developing Volvos and stuff, so if they're going to make something work, it normally does work.
Yeah, do I have to talk about this? I'm sorry, Mansory. I got lots of friends at Mansory and lots of friends that have Mansory cars, but
What's a
please
Mansory?
Mansory is like they do tuning and body kits and stuff for cars, but they had a Chiron and they had also a colour in there
Don't
as well.
show it to me. You know, it'll upset me.
Well, it upsets me a little bit because I think that's a little bit upsetting. I think the Bugatti Chiron is so beautiful. The lines are so wonderful. Ooh, easy, Tiger.
Sorry, yeah.
Rimac. This is not a concept.
I love
This
Rimac.
is-
There are more nutters. There are lots of nutters at Geneva Motor Show.
Yeah, I like Rimac. I think the sooner we can get and drive a Rimac, the better, for sure.
This Tiff talks exclusively for those that support us in making more lovely films.
See you there.